And you were here to talk about the first season. Obviously, you hoped it was going to go well. You hoped people would like it. Wow. I mean, just had a big, big hit, this thing.
Yeah. It did pretty well. It had a...
Well, it broke Netflix records and blah-de-blah.
Yeah, but I mean, they break a lot of records.
You did.
It was. It has a really good inbuilt fan base already with the fans of the books, and then the games were massively popular as well. So,
but there's always that scary thing that things have a built-in fan base that they don't like the thing you make. Yeah. So if people haven't encountered the books, haven't encountered the games, tell us about The Witcher. Tell us about season 2. Where is he? What's going on?
Okay, witches are. Humans who are fed a bunch of chemicals and magic to become mutated versions of themselves. They're faster, stronger than regular humans. They're trained excessively, and they are used to kill monsters. And we find Geralt in season 2 after having denied the responsibility of having a child surprise, which is... Oh, goodness, this is a long explanation.
Read the books.
There's a thing where you ask someone for a thing which they don't know they have yet, and it often turns out to be a child, inconveniently. And so Geralt ends up with one of these, and Geralt's my character, and he does not want to accept it, and then ultimately he ends up accepting it, and this is where we find him at the beginning of season 2. I can't believe I did that.
No, well done, you. Yes. You have said, Olivia, that you're not a great one for the research.
Understatement. Sorry. I love you.
No, but you must have done some for this. No. You must have done some for this.
Yep.
You licked a stamp.
Well, we were all given lovely Polly, who's a movement coach, and it turns out I can't change what my body does. So I still walk like me, which is, I've been told, quite like a farmer. And
no, I have to say, there's a scene in it, and it's you and Prince Philip walking up the garden.
Is it filmed on the back of my head?
No, it's the two of you walking up towards you out in the garden.
Yeah.
Did
you say farmer? Oh, OK, so...
Does the Queen do arms?
Yeah.
Well, every now and then when I'm really concentrating, I can get a little bit right. So was I doing that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, OK. Yeah, I'm not very good at...
But you go to extraordinary lengths to research
I go
things.
to ridiculous things. I don't think it necessarily is necessary.
But I enjoy it. I do
enjoy it.
But you love it.
I love it.
And
I like the...
Were you brilliant at school at research and projects?
Yeah, I was a SWAT.
Shit at it.
Yeah.
And then you've got a friend... Is it a friend of yours who's a psychic?
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is my favourite bit.
It's funny how one story comes out and then it obliterates. So it's the defining thing.
In fairness, other actors going, OK.
I want to hear more.
Psychic.
I want to hear...
Well, look, yeah, I did meet a psychic who's a friend of mine, and I was seeing her. She's got lots and lots of different strings to her bow, and she does healing, and she does other things. But she also has a talent for mediumship. And as I was seeing her for something else, she said, "Oh, Margaret is here. Does that mean anything?" And I said, "Yes, it does." And I suddenly thought, well, I've got... If I'm playing...
Before you get...
I had been asked to play her. I hadn't actually said yes at that point. And I said, well, yeah, no, actually, if you've got the horse, the horse's mouth, it's in the room. You're not going to say,
yes.
No, actually, So I said, yeah. And I said, would you mind if I played you? And she said, I prefer you.
What the answer was?
No, she said... Well, no, she did say, I think you're a better idea than the other actor. Oh, the other idea. Well, the other.
Who was the other?
They never told me the other possibility. But whether it was true or not...
But there's the sound of a lone gunshot right now.
No. But it was a very typical Margaret thing in the...
Because you had met her.
I have met her. She had a way... Oh, yeah, a couple of times.
Know this?
Yeah, you see, you didn't ask. But she had a way of sometimes complimenting you and putting you down at the same time. She was... and the fact that she said, oh, yeah, I think you're better than the other... It was just like you never knew where you were with her. Then she came through with another note, which was useful, whether it was true because the psychic was fantastically intuitive or there really was the ghost of Margaret telling me, I don't know, but the note was good, and it said, get the smoking right.
OK. And
I smoked in a particular way, and always remember that the cigarette holder is as much a weapon for expression as anything else. And that was a good note. And she was somebody who was innately dramatic. if you're royal, you can't necessarily talk much. You're a walking icon. You're a walking... So she was very, I think, conscious about the silhouette and whatever she did with her body, and particularly with her hands. And so, you know, anyway. Am I waxing?
No, I love you. I just don't... I just,
You don't believe in talking to dead people?
No.
I didn't say that. You are genuinely a fan of the books and the game and everything. Apparently, on set, you know more than anyone else.
I wouldn't necessarily say anyone else, but I'm a big fan.
Yes.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. So do you correct people?
I don't necessarily... I am effusive about getting the... being loyal to the source material. Let's put it that way.
OK. Yeah. So, yes, you do. You do fly your nerd flag with pride.
Yes.
Now, one of your hobbies, and he's got a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen, one of your hobbies is you paint...
Makes me sound weird.
Well, you do have more hobbies than the average man, I'd say. But you paint... Is it World of Warcraft?
Warhammer.
Warhammer, I'm a fool.
It's Warhammer, Greg.
OK, Warhammer. So what... So you paint by hand?
Yes, yeah.
Does everyone do that, or can you buy them already
No,
painted?
you have to paint them, but it's just how much effort you put into it.
And you put a lot of effort.
There's the painting, modelling side of the hobby, and then there's the gaming side of the hobby.
OK. And when you paint them, what do you do with them then, Henry?
Then you put them together in little armies and you fight against someone else's army. It is fun.
Oh,
I mean,
very
it sounds
fun.
ridiculous, but it is fun.
Yeah, no, toys, very good fun. Do you invite people over?
Yeah.
Yeah, OK.
Can I come over and play?
You can.
Absolutely. It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Guga and Zendaya are going, yeah, don't ask us, please. Please don't ask us. Now, Zendaya, you're... I mean, not at all, but you have an old-school hobby.
Yes.
So you knit, but you do more than knit.
I tried to start a new hobby while we were shooting Spider-Man. I got one of those, I don't know if you guys have them, but they're like little rugs that you can make, and you basically, yarn by yarn, you attach the thing and color coordinates to, like, a thing. I chose puppies.
OK.
And I got about, like, 4 squares in, and I was like, I'm done with this. This is too tedious for me. So I got, like, a little corner of a rug, but that's about it.
But who taught you to knit?
My mom taught me to knit. All I can do is scarf, so I'm not like, you know, I can't I can't give you a sweater or like a vest or anything, but I get you a nice, thick, warm scarf, which is what I made for everybody.
OK,
They're really good.
I mean, I loved it as a pastime. I usually like little tedious activities, things I can keep my brain, keep your brain occupied, and I just made everyone scarves because I couldn't. I was like, what am I gonna get everybody for Christmas? And I was like, I'll just make them some scarves. That's what I'm doing all day.
Yeah,
Like them or not?
We'd be doing like the most intense fight scenes on set, and you used to come to set to watch quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I'd be there, I'd come and have blood all over my face. I've been fighting the goblin, and I'd turn around and you'd just be there knitting. How's your day going? Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Amazing.
And now, Tom, you claim this isn't a nerdy hobby. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm puzzling.
He's puzzling, Henry. Puzzling. So it's a jigsaw.
It's a jigsaw. During lockdown, we just really got into puzzles. And I live with 5 of my friends, and, you know, we would kind of... Every now and then, you'd find someone sitting at the table, and then every evening we'd all end up there and we'd be puzzling.
Wow. OK. Not many readers in your house, I see.
No. And unfortunately, that back wall... At some point, I had done... You know, I've been making these Spider-Man movies and people give me gifts and dolls. That back wall had become, like, an entire shrine to my career. So you could see one Spider-Man, he made the cut. He's still there.
Yeah.
But the rest had to go because it was... Spider-Man was starting to haunt me a little bit.
I don't want to pry, but I saw this picture earlier.
Right.
What's that?
Let me take these glasses off so I can see. Oh, do you know what that is?
I think I do.
Next question.
Ellen, you've been nominated a couple of times for the Oscars.
Yeah, I didn't win them.
No, but you got nominated.
No, but I still didn't win them.
But now, is that why you don't enjoy events like this?
No, it's not that. I'm not very good at sitting still, so you have to have your hair and makeup.
really
on. I'm really not good. And so it's... and they're long events.
Yes.
They do, but the great thing about the Oscars is that the bar is just there, just behind there. And so almost all the time, everyone's in the bar.
No one's sitting in it. That's true.
There are
They're all
hundreds
the
of seat fillers. Hundreds.
Oh, really?
So almost
yeah.
everybody is getting bladdered next to them. And then someone comes in and go, we're up to best documentary. And they go, and people are running in. But
running
were you
in?
the bar most of the time?
Oh, yeah, I was.
I was there 90% of the time. It's lovely.
But, Helen, I think one of the reasons that Helena mightn't enjoy the Oscars is because you can't control who you bump into on the red carpet. I think we've got a picture of you the year you were nominated for the King's Speech on the red carpet.
Really?
Look at Helena's thrilled face. the horror.
I don't remember that. I don't know. You've just superimposed that.
No, there are multiple
you
pictures.
have a face.
And what's so funny is there are multiple pictures, and we thought, oh, maybe we've picked an unfortunate picture. No, your face is like that in them all.
I got good judgment, obviously. That was way before he became Donald Trump, wasn't it?
We know what you mean.
Yeah,
we know what you mean.
yeah.
And Henry, Henry, huge star now, but there was a bit in your career where you kind of were going to give up, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was...
last week.
Yeah, that's today. Yes, there was... I think early on in my career, I got the Count of Monte Cristo and then a couple of movies after that, and then I was auditioning. I was always aiming for leading roles and getting... All the right things were being said to me afterwards by the casting directors and saying, you were great, the best person who walked in the room, but you're not a name, and we need a name. And so that was a thing, and I thought, well, this feels a bit like a Catch-22 scenario, and I became a little bit disenchanted with the whole thing, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to give it a little bit more time, and then I'm going to follow my original course, which was go join the armed forces. And it was then that I got the Bond screen test. And that was the thing which put me in Variety, and then my name was in Variety, and then more people started pursuing me, and it became a bit more... I was not a name as such, but I had at least been printed in Variety.
Well, also, the fact that you got so close, I mean, made you kind of a player, I guess. People were...
Sort of. I mean, if they were interested, then there was a chance that I had something.
Oh, Henry, I don't know if you know this, but the Bond position is vacant.
Hold on, mate. Hold on.
That's why you're wearing glasses. I mean, I have to ask you, are you in the running? Have you put yourself out of the running? If they came a-calling, would you say yes?
I would definitely have a conversation. I think there's...
Lunch? Possibly a lunch?
Lunch.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I understand, there's very, very early conversations happening up top at MGM and with Barbara and Mike, but there's no list as such yet. So I
There's
think...
no list, Tom.
I was like,
There's
how
no
do
list.
you know that?
I read it on the internet. Google.
Googled it.
Yeah, right.
Henry Cavill, James Bond.
Is Henry Cavill next Bond?